Welcome back to Cleaning Hero Squad. Today we're about to tackle one of the most heartbreaking and extreme cleaning missions we've ever faced. Imagine offering your home to a close friend, someone you trusted, only to return and find it unrecognizable. A place once filled with warmth and memories, now buried under 10 years of trash, filth, and decay. This is more than just a messy house. It's a hoarding nightmare. From the moment we step inside, the overwhelming stench hits us like a wall. How did it get this bad? What went wrong? And most importantly, can we save this home from complete destruction? Stay with us as we uncover the shocking truth and begin the long journey to bring this house back to life. At this point, we've seen it all. Mountains of trash, mysterious stains we don't even want to identify, and smells that could knock out a grown man. But you know what? We wouldn't have it any other way. Cleaning disaster zones has become our normal, and somehow, no matter how bad it gets, we always find a way to laugh through the chaos. Maybe it's the sheer madness of it all, or maybe we've just developed a trash immunity over time. Either way, one thing is for sure. No mess is too big for the Cleaning Hero Squad. So grab your gloves, take a deep breath, or maybe don't, and let's turn this disaster into a sparkling masterpiece, one trash bag at a time. At this point, hoarding doesn't even surprise us anymore. It's like a never-ending treasure hunt, but instead of gold, we find 10-year-old pizza boxes and enough plastic bags to build a second house. We've seen rooms where the floor is just a distant memory and kitchens that look like science experiments gone wrong. But hey, no judgment. Everyone has their own collecting habits. Some just take it to the extreme. What about you? Do you have a secret stash of something ridiculous? Old newspapers? Takeout containers from 5 years ago? Be honest. We're all friends here. Drop a comment below and let's see who wins the Most Random Collection Award. Double asterisk. If only real-life cleaning worked at the speed of our videos. In reality, we spend hours, sometimes days, digging through layers of mess, battling mysterious odors, and uncovering long-lost floor space. But we know you don't have all day to watch us scrub, sweep, and haul out mountains of junk. Our goal, to keep you entertained, motivated, and maybe even inspired to tackle that small mess in your own home. Yes, we see you ignoring that laundry pile. Cleaning may take time, but the satisfaction of a fresh, clutter-free space is totally worth it. So sit back, enjoy the transformation, and let's turn chaos into clean, one high-speed scrub at a time. Double asterisk. this be your ultimate wake-up call. Hoarding isn't just a clutter problem, it's a ticking time bomb for your health. Mold, dust, and who knows what lurking under those piles can turn your home into a danger zone. But don't worry, we're here to fight the filth and bring back the fresh. If you've been putting off that deep clean, consider this your sign to grab a trash bag and start tossing. Your home should be a safe, happy space, not an obstacle course of old newspapers and mystery stains. So let's roll up our sleeves, take control, and say goodbye to the mess before it takes over. Who's with us? Double asterisk. to all of you watching, thank you for being part of this journey with us. Your support means the world. If you love these extreme cleaning transformations, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss our next big cleanup. We have more shocking and emotional transformations coming soon. Would you have taken on this challenge? Let us know in the comments below. Until next time, stay strong, stay kind, and keep making a difference. This is Cleaning Hero Squad signing off.